fun, but this is going to be a lot more fun facilities. Get some toe tapping going on, sleep. Okay, so tonight I want to bring you an overview of my two budgets that I normally go over, the non-routine budget and the 2600 budget. The non-routine budget is a $300,000 budget. Starting with the non-routine budget. So every year I send a memo out to all the principals. I meet with them, discuss their building needs. You know, what their schools don't have that other schools do have. I gather that list, I look at all their requests, put it together. You can see in the first column, estimate cost came to about $434,000. Again, stating a $300,000 budget. I met with Dr. Radican and Mr. Dolber, and we've kind of reduced that to something more manageable at $280,000, and that can move around a little bit till we get to summer. Slide 3. So typical requests in the non-routine budget is, over the years, carpet replacement, gym floor resurfacing, painting, student desks, whiteboards. Slide 4. So next slide you see is actually the carpet in Sarge Elementary School. It's many areas like that are torn, tripping hazard, looking pretty worn. Next slide. We're also looking to do more painting at Seiler this year. Last year we painted a full wing. This year we're looking to paint another full wing. Next slide. More classroom areas in that wing look like. So last year, part of the non-routine budget, we did resurface gym floor at Bedminster and Guth. That's the finished product at Bedminster. Next slide. That's how the contractor sanded off the old finish. I thought that was an interesting picture. And this year we're looking to do North Middle School gym floor. It's starting to wear, it's got age. Slide 10. We're looking at more issues with that flooring. Slide 11, Sellersville Elementary, we're going back for some floor abatement. Last year we did a small lobby area because it was a last minute tile we're getting loose. This year we're going to move right into the 2 kindergarten classrooms that were adjacent to it, and I think it's an MDS room. Next slide. So some of the tile did come loose a few months back. We have it taped down, we have a carpet over it, and that's a recommended way of encapsulating floor tile until we can abate it. So do we have any questions on the non-routine budget? If not, we'll move.
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
The North Middle School gym floor. When that building was renovated, that floor was replaced, or was it not replaced?
It was resurfaced from what I remember.
Just resurfaced?
Resurfaced, yeah.
Okay.
So it's 12 years ago, roughly.
And is that a normal life expectancy for these floors?
Well, I don't think so. I think we're getting more. When we did Sellersville, when we did Guth, I'm sure they were much older than 12, so I'm not sure why North's finish started to peel after 12, but it was part of the renovation, you know, how that is sometimes. I came the tail end of that. Sometimes they have to get it done and get out. School starts.
Jeff.
Okay.
Give him one more question.
Jeff, I just got one more question. On the Seiler painting,
Yes.
the pictures you're showing, you know, peeling of the paint.
Yes.
Lifting and peeling of the paint. Are you going to strip this, or what's the real plan? Are you going to strip it and paint it, or are you going to paint over it with something that will get more bite? Because I'm worried if you paint it, other areas will start lifting as well.
Part of that epoxy paint is stuck very well, and part is peeling. So part of my bid specs will be to scrape, sand, prime, and then paint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, next slide, my 2600 budget. Obviously, weather plays a large part of my budget. I have well over 100 accounts in my budget, and I said weather plays a big role. Snow, ice, salting, overtime, wear and tear to my equipment, wear and tear to my staff, repairs to the equipment. Also a big impact is heating and cooling, oil, electric, gas. Last year, Mr. Dolbert and I reviewed and entered into a new gas contract that we were able to reduce my gas by $80,000 last year. This year we're entering into a new electrical contract that we're able to reduce my budget by $192,000. So another way we were able to reduce is back in our energy program that we started in 2009. I know we've seen this before, at least the board members have been around, and 20% reduction in consumption in our utilities in 2011, 30% reduction in 2012. We almost hit 40% in 2013, just missed it by a little bit. That's a pretty big number. Next slide, please. So what I've been doing is keeping track of what we're doing, because again, it plays a big part in my budget. So year ending, left column, June of 2009 was the year before we started our energy program. Year 10 and 11 is the 2 years into the program, and then 12 through 17 is what we've been maintaining. And again, those numbers are pretty large. Go to the next slide. It's not easy to make, you know, when the contractors were here, when they were here doing it, it was easy to lose that consumption, and it was easy to stay. But over the years, and I've said this every year, I'm afraid it's going to go up. So we're maintaining pretty well. Fuel oil, same idea. 2009 was the year before. 2010 and 11 were during our energy program, and then the fuel we're holding pretty well. Obviously, this isn't weather corrected, so the weather plays a big role. 2015 obviously was a very cold winter, and I used a lot more oil. But if we look at 2017, from 2009 to 2017, I believe that's about 58,000 gallons. 58,000 gallons is a lot to reduce and save. So same with our electricity, same scenario, 2009, and after the energy program, we're holding pretty well 2017. So then last year, I believe, next slide is number 20. I wanted to look at West Rock Hill. I think it was last 2 years I've been showing this slide too. 2 years before our lighting upgrade. On the left, year 2012, 2013, lighting upgrade in 2014. 15, 16, 17 is doing very well, again holding the reduction. You can see how much impact a lighting upgrade does to consumption and electrical costs. So this year I thought we would look at the next slide at 21. We installed 2 large chillers at Penn Central, Penn South. So what does that do to our electrical consumption? Penn Central, 2012, first column was a normal year prior. Then we had construction, and in the following 4 years, you can see the KWs actually rose fairly high. Off the top of my head, I believe that's about a $15,000 difference, depending on what year you pick. So then I wanted to do South, put South together, same numbers, and when this graph popped up, I thought, data must be wrong or something's going on, because I expected it to go up. So 2013 was the year before construction, and then the next 3 years. But I realized that the same year we did the chiller, we did a lighting upgrade. So saying that, you can see again how much a lighting upgrade affects a school, because even the chiller probably made it go up some, the lighting upgrade brought it down more. So lighting did well at Penn South. Next slide. All right. So again, I have a lot of accounts in my budget. We're going to go through these fairly quickly. Supervisor of operations. One area we were able to drop was the 523 liability also, with a reduction of $55,990. For that total type of accounts, I'm at $61,064. Next one. Operation of building services. A couple of them are going up and down a little bit. Top one is professional services at 330, $53,500 deduct. There's a $30,000 in equipment. And again, my electrical budget that I talked about before, last year was at $1,192,000, dropping it down to $1 million this year, at a decrease of $192,000. Next slide, number 26. Smaller deductions here and there at the bottom. We are a total, with my budget, decrease of $248,455, which is about a -6% in my overall budget. Real quick, vehicles that I continue to upgrade. Last year we did not do a vehicle. We thought we could wait a year. And so this year, I'm sorry, I have the 2004 GMC pickup truck. It has 115,000 miles. Poor condition. We were supposed to do it last year. We thought about it, put it off for a year, so we're going to replace that this year. And then you can see the next 2 years of what we want to replace. If you go down halfway down that list, you're going to see vehicles that I've been replacing, probably starting in 2007, I think. So we have, good vehicles behind us, but by the time we get back to 2007, they'll be 20-some years old, so we'll see. But we're doing a good job on vehicle replacement. And I believe the last slide is mower replacement, same idea. We're going to grass this year, 1995 John Deere, very poor condition. It looks like Siler will be the following year, and then Penn Central. But if you go down to 2007, I believe that might have been the first mower I bought when I came, and then every year since then, give or take. So sorry to go through that so quickly, but it's getting late. Any questions?
Questions?
I have a very brief one. For the West Rock Hill lighting upgrade, did we have a full return on investment of that yet?
No, it wouldn't be a full investment, no. And we didn't do it for full turn of investment. It's more for comfort features, you can see better. Lighting's getting old, it's getting, there's certainly labor saved with some of the LED or T8's lighting, but investment, no. No. It'd be nice, maybe a 15-year return.
15. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Thank you, Mr.
Okay,
Hall.
thank you. But just to add, if that's a $30,000 a year electrical, it's now $10,000 less. It's a savings.
Oh.
And by the way, Jeff, thank you and your staff for your outstanding efforts during the storm as well. Keep everything moving clear and safe for everybody.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
And just to piggyback on that, because I was out driving around, and when it went from at 11 o'clock, it wasn't sticking at all. And then, like, right after 11 o'clock, all of a sudden, it was like, it went from, there was no problem to a serious problem in like 10 minutes. And, at that point, I think the call was being made, so I was already out. I started circling around my kids' schools, which took forever until I got home. But just getting into West Rock Hill, I almost got blown over by the wind just trying to walk into the building.
Oh, yeah.
It was my first grader got blown off the sidewalk. She couldn't get in the door because the door was blowing shut. We couldn't even see. It was a whiteout walking in and out of the building. Yet your staff was out there, continuing to plow and move the snow so that the rest of us could get in and out of there without, having to go through all of that and, on the sidewalks and making sure that we weren't slipping and falling, aside from the wind, which they couldn't control. So they had to keep continuing to do that as people kept leaving at all hours. So I'm sure that was probably a nightmare for them. So we really do appreciate all their work and your work.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I will let everybody know.
So the third item tonight is the general fund, and that's Mr. Galbert, who's going to present that.